Yellowjackets, Season 3, Episode 9 just ripped our hearts out. Van is dead, Melissa is completely unhinged, and once again the hunt is back on. Blood has been spilled, twice, and the group is falling apart fast. But the most haunting part? We still don't know if they're going to make it out of those woods. The cards are back, the snow has returned, and the wilderness is not done with them yet. So, let's break down this insane episode, from betrayals and broken bonds to shocking deaths and one brutal ending that changes everything. Let's get into it. We pick up with Misty, Van, and Ty, who are trying to track down Shauna. Van's the first to feel something strange, almost like a supernatural pull. She sees her younger self again whispering riddles and talking like it's a treasure hunt. X marks the spot. And it's that line that gives Van the energy to leave her hospital bed, rally Misty and Ty, and head off to find Shauna. Whatever this force is, whether it's the wilderness trauma or something darker, it's guiding them towards something, and fast. Meanwhile, Shauna's holed up at Melissa's house and things get dark. Fast. The tension between them explodes as Shauna forces Melissa to eat a piece of her own flesh. That's right, she makes her do it. It's disturbing, it's raw, and it shows us just how far Shauna has fallen. She's spiraling fast, and what was once survival instinct is now cruelty. She's become the dominant one. She enjoys the power, the fear, the control. Melissa tries to fight back. She spits the flesh in Shauna's face and uses the chaos to escape. But she doesn't get far. Her car is out of gas, and she's stranded. That's when Misty, Van, and Ty find her. Misty recognizes her, and Van realizes this is the place from her vision. It's a literal railroad crossing. Her X marks the spot. But even now, Yellowjackets won't confirm if this is supernatural fate or pure coincidence. Still, the vibe is clear. The wilderness is circling again. They all head back to the house, where the tension explodes. Shauna is covered in blood, emotionally raw and shockingly honest. She confesses everything and begs for help. But this time, Misty won't play along. She's done cleaning up Shauna's messes. Done lying. She finally admits she was the one who broke the freezer, not Melissa. She did it to give Shauna space, solitude time to think. But now, Misty's out. She walks away, and for the first time in a long time, Shauna is losing her grip. Van and Ty stay behind, and things get even worse. Melissa is tied up. The group argues about what to do. Ty brings up the Adam situation, and Melissa snaps. She realizes they've killed before, and she could be next. Shauna, cold and terrifying, says it out loud. Now I really have to kill her. She knows too much. This is not the Shauna we knew. This is a leader turned threat. A friend turned enemy. Melissa takes one last desperate shot. She messes with the fireplace, closing the flue, letting smoke flood the house. Her plan? Knock everyone out. Van, who had gone outside, returns to find everyone unconscious. She drags them out one by one, saving their lives. But it drains her completely. She's barely holding on. And just when you think Van's going to get a break, she doesn't. Melissa gets free and stabs her. Van collapses, bleeding out. Melissa, cold and furious, whispers, "But I can." Van's gone. Just like that. But before she dies, she sees something. Her younger self. Something peaceful. Something that hints at purpose, closure. Or maybe a new beginning beyond all of this. Van's death changes everything. It's the moment where the adult timeline cracks wide open. The group is no longer just surviving, they're unraveling. And the worst part? No one knows who to trust anymore. Van had been the calm, the center, the one who could still find meaning in the madness. But now she's gone, and the rest of them are left shaken, broken, and barely holding on. Ty tries to save her, tries to stop the bleeding, but it's too late. And the look on her face, pure devastation. She's lost Van before, but this time it's real. No rescue, no miracle, just blood in the snow and a silence that feels permanent. Shauna watches it happen, her face unreadable. Is she mourning? Is she numb? Or is she already thinking about what comes next? Because even in all this pain, Shauna is still moving pieces behind the scenes. Melissa, despite what she did, is now more dangerous than ever. She's not just reacting, she's plotting. Shauna might have started this mess, but Melissa is willing to finish it. She's radicalized, full of rage, and ready to make others feel what she's felt. That look in her eyes, she's not afraid anymore. She wants to burn it all down. Meanwhile, Misty's completely disconnected from the chaos. She's back with Walter sipping chocolate cocktails like nothing ever happened, but it's all a distraction. She asks about Lottie's clone phone, and Walter hands it over, too easily. He's playing along maybe because he knows Misty's lying again. But Misty has her own plan. She steals the phone and finds something we're not allowed to see yet. Just a glimpse of her shocked face, then the screen fades. That's where Yellowjackets hits us with one of its best tricks, withholding just enough to make you spiral. What did Misty see? Evidence of another death? Proof of Lottie's manipulation? Something even darker? We don't know. Not yet. But it clearly shifts her thinking because the next time we see her, there's purpose in her steps. Like she's finally chosen a side. But whose? Back at the cabin, things don't get any easier. The aftermath of Van's death leaves Ty unsteady. She starts questioning everything. Why they followed Shauna, why they let this happen, and whether they're all cursed. Lottie reappears in the teaser more intense than ever. She's in some kind of trance again, possibly dying, or maybe just giving herself to the wilderness completely. Either way, she's back in the center of the chaos. And then there's the teaser of Shauna opening a closet. It's empty. Jeff and Callie are gone. Did they run? Did they find out what she did? Or were they taken? It's unclear, but the symbolism hits hard. Shauna is losing her family piece by piece. Every anchor she had to the normal world is slipping. And if they're truly gone, there's nothing left to hold her back. She will become what the wilderness always wanted her to be. The adult timeline is now a ticking bomb. And with only one episode left, we know it's about to explode. While the adult world crumbles in blood and betrayal, the teen timeline in Yellowjackets Season 3, Episode 9 spirals into something even more disturbing. What started as survival has now turned into domination. Fear has become a weapon, and loyalty has turned into something dangerous. This episode is where we see the true transformation of Shauna. Not just into a leader, but into someone who thrives on control. Her descent has been building slowly, but this time, it's terrifyingly clear. She's not the scared girl from the crash anymore. She's the one giving orders, deciding who lives, who suffers, and who gets sacrificed next. It all begins with a divide that's been growing for weeks. After the failed escape attempt with Cody, the group is on edge. Natalie wanted out. Jen, Akila, and Mari were ready to follow, but Shauna and Ty stopped them. And Lottie, in her eerie calmness, says the wilderness doesn't want them to leave. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, what happens next proves one thing: the real threat isn't out there. It's already inside the cabin. The group is split down the middle. There's Shauna, Ty, and Lottie on one side, believers, enforcers, people who have convinced themselves that their choices are about survival, not power. Then there's Natalie and the rest, still clinging to reason, still hoping for a way out that doesn't involve blood. But Shauna is 2 steps ahead, and this time she isn't playing defense. She's on the attack. What's wild is that Natalie for once tries to avoid the violence. She hands over the gun to Shauna, hoping to de-escalate. It's a shocking move, but it shows how desperate Natalie is for peace. And it backfires. Shauna takes the weapon and doubles down. Suddenly she's in charge. She starts accusing others, pushing buttons, asserting dominance. She claims that Hannah, Melissa's younger sister, is working against the group, that she's too close to Natalie, that she's hiding something. It's paranoia mixed with strategy, and it works. The accusation leads to a violent standoff. Shauna fires a warning shot. The noise echoes through the woods, and Hannah freezes, humiliated. She wets herself in front of the group, and no one steps in to help. They're too afraid, too unsure. The silence that follows is loud with shame and fear. At that moment, Shauna becomes the alpha, not by respect, but by pure cold fear. In private, Natalie's faction decides to try again. One last escape plan. This time they'll use Hannah to free Cody, still tied up like an offering in the cold. Natalie gives Hannah a knife, telling her to cut the ropes when the time is right. But what happens next is not what anyone expected. Hannah doesn't free Cody. She stabs him. In the eye. A brutal, deliberate act that stuns even Natalie. Why? Why would she do that? Was she terrified? Trying to protect herself? Or was it something deeper? Something darker? Maybe after all this time, the wilderness finally broke her too. Maybe loyalty to Shauna now means proving you're just as ruthless. Maybe Hannah thought that by eliminating Cody, she'd earn safety. or power, or maybe she just snapped. Either way, the result is horrifying. Cody is dead, another body claimed, and this time it's not even about food. It's about fear, control, and sacrifice. Meanwhile, Misty is shifting too. She's always danced between loyalty and strategy, but now we see her try to slide back into Natalie's group, only to be rejected. They don't trust her anymore, not after all the lies, not after what she's done. She's become a wild card. No one knows what she really wants. But she finds Van working on something. The radio transponder, the same one Misty had once hidden to stop a rescue. Now Van is trying to fix it. Misty sees this and hesitates. That moment, just a second of silence, tells us everything. She's remembering what it felt like to hope, to believe in a way out, to want rescue. The question is, will she help fix it, or will she destroy it again? At the same time, Travis is on edge. The trauma of Javi's death hasn't left him, and now with the group falling deeper into darkness, he's desperate to stop it. He decides to kill Lottie. He digs a pit, an actual trap, a hole in the ground meant to end her life. He tells her they need to talk, lures her out, waits for the perfect moment. But when Lottie steps onto the trap, she doesn't fall. She walks over it like it doesn't exist, like someone is protecting her. It's a surreal moment, and Travis is shaken. It's like watching someone walk on water, a miracle, or a warning. Either way, Travis backs down, and that's when the fear creeps in again. What if the wilderness really is alive? What if it's choosing favorites? What if Lottie is untouchable? Thick, cold, heavy snow covering the ground, silencing everything. It's the moment everyone dreads because snow means winter, and winter means one thing: they're not going anywhere. Natalie starts sobbing. She knows what this means. More hunger, more death, more sacrifice. The group looks around, stunned, hopeless, afraid. The last time they went through this, they lost so many. This time they're more broken, more divided, and way more dangerous. The wilderness has trapped them again, and it's hungry. By the end of the episode, the teen timeline feels like a slow-motion descent into madness. There's no more pretending, no more half-truths. Every character is shifting, choosing sides, betraying friends, killing to survive, and sacrificing whatever humanity they had left. Yellowjackets doesn't give us easy answers here. It just shows us what people become when there's no more hope. And with the snow falling and the hunt beginning again, there's only one question left. Who's next? Just when you think Yellowjackets can't go any darker, the cards come back. And with them, the hunt. Season 3, Episode 9 ends with a quiet kind of horror. Not with screams or gunshots, but with that cold, familiar ritual slowly reawakening. The cards, the rules, the dread. We've seen this before. And now it's happening again. The deck is shuffled, the queen is somewhere inside, and everyone knows what it means: someone is going to die. The adult timeline leaves us on the edge of total collapse. Van is dead, stabbed by Melissa. It was brutal. Sudden, no build-up, no warning. And that's what made it hit so hard. Van wasn't just a fan favorite. She was hope. She was the glue holding Ty together. She was the one who could smile in the madness. And now, she's gone. Her death marks a turning point, especially for Ty. We see her shatter. The moment Van bleeds out the good Ty, the one who fought the darkness, starts slipping away. And it's not just Ty who feels it. Misty does too. Even Shauna. This wasn't part of the plan. Van dying wasn't supposed to happen. And the fact that Melissa did it, that changes everything. Melissa has completely lost it. She's not scared anymore. She's dangerous. After being humiliated, manipulated, and nearly killed, she snapped. Her loyalty to the wilderness, or whatever version of the truth she believes in, is now total. She stabbed Van without hesitation. She stood over her like it meant nothing. And now that she's tasted that power, she won't give it up. Melissa has become something else entirely, something the others weren't ready for. Even Shauna looks rattled. And when Shauna's scared, you know things have gone too far. Back at Melissa's house, we see the group reeling. Van's body is still warm, Ty is broken, Misty is furious, and Shauna is trying to regain control. But it's slipping. She's used to being the alpha, the decision maker. But now with Van gone and Melissa rising, the balance has shifted. There's tension in every glance. No one trusts anyone. And in the middle of that chaos, the ritual returns. It starts small. Just the deck, someone pulls it out. No one says anything, but everyone knows. The wilderness is hungry. There's been death blood, a life taken, and they believe it demands more. It's not just about survival anymore. It's about appeasement, control, fear, and guilt. Especially guilt. You can feel it in the air as they stare at the cards, as if drawing from the deck might somehow shift the weight off their shoulders. But we know better. We've seen what comes next. Shauna? After all she's done, after forcing people to eat flesh, threatening murder, and losing control of her own lies, could she be the next to fall? She's been spiraling since the season started, and with Van gone, even Misty seems to be eyeing her differently. The alliance is breaking. Shauna's grip on the group is no longer guaranteed. If the cards turn on her, who's going to stop it? Or maybe it's Melissa. She just killed Van, she's a threat. But that kind of boldness often wins favor in the wilderness. Remember how Lottie rose to power? It wasn't by being cautious. It was by embracing the madness. Melissa might be following that same path. She's becoming the new queen, or thinks she is. But what if the cards say otherwise? Ty is fractured. Seeing Van die in her arms brings the old trauma crashing back. It might awaken the other Ty, the one who walks in dreams, who sees the man with no eyes. If the darkness takes over, Ty could become something unrecognizable, or maybe she'll offer herself up. Guilt is a powerful motivator, and Ty's carrying a mountain of it. From Adam to Simone to Van, she's buried in regret. And Misty? She's never been more unpredictable. After everything with Walter, the phone, the clone, and the betrayal, Misty is done playing games. If she draws the queen, will she run, fight, or embrace it? She's capable of anything now, and maybe that's the scariest thing of all. But what haunts us most is the possibility that someone wants to draw the queen. Because let's not forget what happened last time. The hunt didn't stop with one kill. It created hunger. A pattern, a ritual. Drawing the queen isn't just about death anymore. It's about who gets to live with purpose, who gets chosen. Some of them believe that being hunted is a kind of honor, a sacrifice that keeps the rest alive. And some believe that surviving the hunt makes them stronger. Untouchable. That twisted belief is what's guiding this group now, and it's what might destroy them. In the teaser for the finale, we see quick flashes. Jeff and Callie are gone, vanished without a trace. Shauna finds an empty closet. Is it possible they've run for good, escaping the bloodshed before it pulls them in? Or did someone help them disappear? We also catch a glimpse of Lottie. She's back pale, weak, almost ghostly. Is she dying? Or is she about to step back into her role as the spiritual center of the group? The moment we see her, something feels off, like her return will either bring clarity or total destruction. And then there's the light. A flicker in the woods. Could it be rescue? Could it be help finally arriving? Or is it just another trick of the wilderness leading them deeper into madness? The snow has begun. The cards are out. The hunt is coming. And with Van dead, Melissa unhinged, and Shauna spiraling, this group is ready to break apart. Yellowjackets doesn't just tease us with chaos. It promises it. The finale is set to explode. And we still don't know who's pit girl, who's next to die. And what happens if rescue comes in the middle of the hunt? This is it. The storm before the storm. Yellowjackets, Season 3. Episode 9 didn't just set the stage for the finale, it cracked the foundation. Everything is falling apart. And yet somehow, everything is also coming together. The teen timeline and adult timeline are folding into each other. Secrets are exploding. Alliances are dying in the wilderness. It's louder than ever. So now we're left asking the biggest questions of the series. Who is Pit Girl? Will anyone survive? And what happens if rescue comes right in the middle of a hunt? Let's start with Pit Girl. For 2 seasons, she's haunted us. That slow-motion chase through the snow, the frantic breathing, the trap, the skewering, the mask, the feast. We've theorized about it endlessly. Was it Mari? Was it Jen? Could it even be someone like Crystal? But after episode 9, the pieces start pointing in a terrifying new direction. Could it be Hannah? Shauna's teen ally turned obsession. She's shown an eerie devotion to Shauna, protecting her, fighting for her, even stabbing Cody just to prove loyalty. But that loyalty might make her a threat. What if the group starts to see her as the next chosen sacrifice? Or worse, What if Shauna turns on her out of paranoia, seeing her as a replacement daughter instead of an ally? There's a chilling symmetry to that possibility. Shauna losing a daughter, then betraying someone who tried to be one. But Hannah's not the only possibility. There's Melissa. She's unhinged, yes, but she's also unpredictable. What if the cards betray her? What if her growing power makes her the biggest threat in the cabin, and the others realize too late that she has to go? It would explain the panic, the urgency of the pit girl scene. It would explain the chaos, the betrayal, and maybe even the masks. They're not just hiding faces, they're hiding guilt. Still, nothing prepares us for the idea that rescue might come at the worst possible time.